Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? Easy Sunday morning for everybody. Grand rising to the world. Shout out to the winning team. Make sure you go over to www.t/wt.com and check out the website. We got an incredible thing going on over there with the winning team. A lot of good content creators and members that's a part of this movement. Um, Make sure you go check out the website. But not gonna make this a long live. Just something short. I was up. I got up a little sooner than what I wanted to, so I just wanted to come on and cook real quick. Really not gonna make this too long. But as you see the title of the thumbnail, who's next for the Ghost? Frank Martin. Frank Martin, as we all know, is an Errol Spence fighter fighting under the ESJ, the Errol Spence Junior banner, and it's good to see some of these young fighters that's in the game having fighters up under their banner early while their career is still active. So Frank Martin last night put on a nice performance against Marias. Um, it was a good fight. I think the fight went a little longer than what I really anticipated the fight to go, but nonetheless, it was a good fight. Um, we all know that right now, after last night, Frank Martin is 16 and 0 with 14 KOs. Pretty good boxer, solid guy. Of course, there's room for improvement. I would like to see him tighten up on his defense a little more, and I think he should practice or work on his output a little more. I think he should be busy doing a little more punches around, because sometimes he just throw a lot of ones and twos here and there, where he's leaving a lot of inactivity going on, and sometimes it works against him during the fight. And moving up in opposition, you can't be doing that, especially you can't leave no landscape out there when you're fighting any opponent. But even when when you move up and fight better competition, you got to make sure you covering everything, especially your advantages. So he needs to tighten up on that a little more, in my opinion, people, because sometimes he gets busy. He just go through a whole round throwing one or two shots here, one or two shots here and there. But as you seen last night in the fight with Marias, whenever Frank Martin was throwing three or maybe four shots, or basically more than two shots at a time, he was able to land land punches and be effective uh, against Marinas. Marinas was doing a good job. He's an eye fighter, but it looks like this guy is going to wind up being one of those fighters who's okay, but he just can't get over the hump. So I don't know how far that would take him. He may become, a early stage, mid stage gatekeeper for guys at 135. If he keeps getting in these good fights, he's being competitive, but he's coming up short. But that's no slight to him. I seen some good things from him last night too, as he was sticking his jab out there. He was landing his overhand right against Frank Martin too. Also, what kind of surprised me was on the inside. I thought Frank Martin would have the better performance on the inside of the fight, which he did later in the rounds. But yeah, I seen that Arenas was getting was doing better work um on the on the inside of the fight at some points. And that's only because sometimes Frank Martin on the inside he was smothering his work. He needed to take maybe a half a step back or take a step back to make more space in order to be able to do good combinations on the inside. But nonetheless, in the later rounds, Frank Martin found a nice rhythm and he actually started doing that, which I think Derek James would work on with him more, leading going into the future. That stay busy, especially when there's work out there for you to put in and your opponent's not doing anything to stop what you may come at them with. So uh, he start throwing more shots. He gonna be all right on the inside. But my thing is, who's next for Frank Martin at 135? Um, I didn't check out the post fight um, conversation, but I woke up and heard that somebody was making a joke on Instagram that I followed that Frank Martin is trying to get in Rolly Romero pockets. So I bust out laughing. I'm like, getting Rolly Romero pockets. Well, Rolly pockets ain't that damn deep, but okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, he's Errol said something about Rolly or somebody, which I think is actually that's a good idea because there's a lot going on down at 135, and we have been discussing that lately. On what guys should be fighting each other down at 135 instead of everybody worrying about what the hell is going on with Devin Haney and putting together this fantasy match with Devin Haney and Tank Davis, which is not going to happen. But nonetheless, there are other guys at 135, outside the undisputed champion Devin Haney and the other marquee names at 135 that can get out there, get in the ring, and make themselves noticeable. Um, Discover new fans and see how good their career will go. And Frank Martin, he can have a good career, but who's next for Frank Martin? Definitely not a championship fight. I would not say that out of my mouth. I'm not one of those types that's going to be tripping like that. If I'm going to speak on who should be next for a fighter, I'm going to be as logical as possible. So there's a few names out there that I have in mind. Um, Outside hearing Errol Spence say Rolly, um, why not? Got Rolly out there. That'd be a good fight. Rolly is strong. People he could punch. I'm pretty sure he's looking for some get back. So, Rolly Romero going against Frank Martin, and he putting on a good performance. Will keep Rolly in the states of having good fights and things like that because we already know Mayweather really got to start um, working on getting somebody in stable to be the next bag since quote unquote Tank is not there. So there are a few options for Frank Martin that makes sense. So Rolly Romero makes sense. He needs some get back. Isaac Cruz. I'm starting to think Isaac Cruz is a real scary guy. I'm gonna start calling him the Scarecrow 135. But Isaac Cruz is out there. He's also been trying to keep his name out there. So that'll be a good test for him. A good fight, Isaac Cruz and Frank Martin, or for true boxing fans, we really want to see a real good fight at 135 pounds. A good opponent, in my opinion. Overall for Frank Martin, for me right now, would be my man El Rayo, Jose Venezuela. That would be a hell of a fight. So just imagine Frank Martin, El Rayo getting in the ring next. So Frank Martin has a few good options. So like I said, 135 is pretty much a lit division, and it's a lot going on. Once we see what's going to go on, what's going to be the final verdict with Devin Haney once he take care of all his business with George Kambosos, is he going to stay at 135 and move on? Um, I say that not to say that I would like to see Frank Martin get in the ring with him, but it will help speed along who would get in the ring with Dev next. And once you get that moving, then we can see what these guys that's coming into the boxing world right now, these newer guys, see what they're working with. But hey, I was thinking about Frank Martin being one of the guys that go into the tournament that I think they need to put together at 135 pounds. So a lot of these newbies won't be ducking each other. They quick try to quantum leap and get their money get themselves a big money fight, which they haven't even built up enough stock in their purse to actually say, well, this is a money fight. So they should pump down on that. But yeah, El Rayo is a good one for Frank Martin. Isaac Cruz, Ryan Garcia, um, shit, who else out there? We got Lomachenko, but he probably won't get a Lomachenko fight. But I say, let's get him in there with one of those guys. Isaac Cruz, Rolly Romero. Hey, Keyshawn Davis is. I'm pretty sure that's not too soon, for a good fight, and that would be a hell of a fight at 135 pounds. Two other top talented new guys coming to the sport of boxing and banging it out at this time in their career, making a statement that they're here for business. So it's a lot of smoke. It's a lot of smoke, and it's a lot of good smoke at 135 pounds. So what I'm saying is, there's really no need for none of these guys to be taking a shortcut on, you know, letting everybody know what they're working with and seeing who can be the man, who can become the man to beat the man. So yeah, it was a good fight. He got the final round stoppage. I think Frank Martin could have actually got that stoppage maybe a couple rounds sooner, but I guess once he seen that Morales was pretty much starting to show some wear and tear from the body punches that Frank Martin threw, because he was throwing some nice punches to the body. Uh, those straight lefts to center mass right to the stern area, that was taking a toll on him. But like I said, at times he wouldn't throw a lot of punches. He has some inactivity in between his action. But when this guy does put his punches together and throw three or four more combinations at a time, he's very effective. Can tighten up on his punch placement a little more. I'm pretty sure they would get that down. Better tighten up on his defense a little bit. Dropping those hands. A lot of fighters have that bad habit of dropping their hands. So you definitely don't want to do that. Um, yeah, so it was a good fight. Also we had Figueroa who took on Castro, which was a good fight. And, Figueroa did his thing. So what's next for Figueroa down there? But yeah, Frank the Ghost Martin. Who's next for Frank Martin? Who would you like to see Frank Martin go against next? And which fighter that goes up against Frank Martin is the most logical opponent? Because we got to stop trying to get these guys fighters faster than what they need to get him. So who would you like to see Frank Martin go against next? He's pretty nice. Is him and Keyshawn Davis a fight that's too soon right now, or should it be saved for a little later? Like I said, Isaac Cruz is out there, Rolly Romero. You still got Jojo Diaz out there. Ryan Garcia, El Rayo. So you got a lot of guys at 135. Who's the next best opponent? He said, well, they said Rolly Romero. That's a nice fight. Rolly Romero will be up for the fight against Frank Martin. I don't know, but yeah, let's see what happens, people. So listen, like I said, I was not going to make this long live. I just wanted to come on and talk about Frank the Ghost Martin, one of the newbies in the boxing game, in the boxing world that I'm pretty much paying attention to. I like the guy. He can become champion someday. How high his ceiling is, I really don't know that. But right now, he's a good sight to see. He's definitely worth fighting. So not really familiar with Frank the Ghost Martin. Start doing some homework, some study on him. He's an Errol Spence Jr. Fighter, and right now he's the guy that Errol Spence is pushing out right now. So he's the first one out the Errol Spence Jr. promotion stable that they put together, and Errol Spence has a few more guys in his stable. So we're gonna see what's going on. But yeah, Frank the Ghost Martin can be a problem for a lot of people at 135. Who is next for Ghost Martin? Who should be next for Ghost Martin? man, should we come with that firecracker match between him and Keyshawn Davis? Yeah, I'm doing an early stream. Yes, I got up early and actually I'm rewatching the fights again. And I wanted to talk about what's possibly next for Frank Martin. Um, and I don't like to throw opponents out there, and it's too crazy right now because you know these guys like to take leap bounds and things like that and call out names that they shouldn't be calling out. So with that being said, who's next for Frank Martin? Of course, his opposition should start getting better because he has shown that he has talent and the will and the skill to be one of the best at 135 in this new era of lightweights. But I was thinking, I heard Errol Spence do out there, Rolly Romero, and that would be a nice fight. Rolly Romero, Isaac Cruz, Keyshawn Davis. I like to see him go against Valenzuela. So it's a lot of good work down there. But you know, moving right, but moving logically. You know what I mean? Don't be giving him a manufactured resume, which I know they're not going to take that route. But who would you like to see him fight next? Now he's 16-0 with 14 KOs. The guy can box. Like I said, he needs to tighten up on his defense a little more, and he needs to be a little more busy in the fight. Because, like I said, when he throws more than two punches, you know, he's very effective. And work on his inside game, knowing how close to be and how much space he needs because he can be very good on the inside. I like the fact that he throws a lot of body shots, and I think as he's get better in his skill set, his work to the body is going to even get even better. But he was landing that straight down the pipe, man, in the stern area, and it was good work. But uh, I think Marinez was there a little too long. He shouldn't have been there that long, and that's no disrespect. I can fight, but he's not that good. But he is a good workout for people. And like I said before you came on, he'll probably be an early stage career uh, gatekeeper. This guy Perez because he has been in tough fights, but he's been coming up short. And this is the second time in a row that he has got stopped. So uh, shout out to Frank Martin. Shout out to Marinez. He was gonna go out, you know, on his shield. So that's a good thing for him. But I want to see what's next for Frank Martin. Let's get him in there with Rolly Romero. Uh, Rolly needs a good fight, so Frank Martin is a nice up and comer. We know Rolly don't deserve a fight at the echelon guys again, so you know should stay in their lane, bring these guys up right. Rolly Romero or even Isaac Cruz. I really want to see Isaac Cruz and Frank Martin. Isaac Cruz is he's been a little quiet. He's ducking some goddamn smoke. Uh, you gotta see what's up with this guy. But yeah, let's put him in there with one of those dudes and see what happens, man. I think he will be champion. That's as far as I can go, far as how far Frank Martin would go. And actually, my question is, how long will he stay at? What's going on, Cawanello? And how long will he stay at 135? I don't expect him to be at 135 too long. Maybe for another 16 months, I guess. But in the next 16 months, let's just say he moves up in the next 16 months. Let's get the best fights, you know, for Frank Martin within the next 16 months. I'm just hypothetically speaking on it. But I like to see him back in the ring, possibly at the end of the year or the beginning of next year. Let's get him in there with somebody next. So once y'all drop in the comment who you would like to see Frank Martin go against next. Like I said, I got a few names. I'm really gonna stick with the Rolly Romero because I overheard Errol said that about that in the post fight presser or someone around there. But you know, some of these guys who wants to get their name out there and don't deserve a fight with Tank or Dev, this should be a good one. So I'm excited. Yeah, Richard Comey. Oh yeah, Michelle Rivera. Yeah, or even Fortuna. So let's see what happens with Fortuna and Ryan Garcia, and even add those two guys on it. But since Fortuna's about to fight Ryan, Rolly don't have anything going on. Richard Comey don't have anything going on. I know Michelle Rivera was talking about Tank Davis. That's not gonna happen right now. And as much as I like the young kid Michelle Rivera, Tank will fuck him up right now. So Michelle Rivera don't need to be thinking about a Tank, but Michelle Rivera should be thinking about a Frank Martin. You understand what I'm saying? So these guys can they should be calling out the guys that's right next to them instead of calling out the guys that they can't get to next. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, they are good fights for Rolly Romero Diaz, and I agree with every last one of them. I would like for him to go against someone who's won their previous fight. I hate to see good fighters go against some good opposition just because they compatible and they just coming off a loss. You know what I mean? I really don't like that. So I really like to see guys get in the ring with guys that's coming off a nice win instead of guys who's coming off a nice loss. You know what I mean? I hate that. So we know Marinez, he was coming off getting stopped his last fight. So that's the things that I'm talking about. So Richard Comey would be good, but but those names is cool. It's another name DS that I'm thinking about that I can't. Hey, let's get him in there with El Rayo. I like that fight. I like El Rayo and Frank Martin. Um, El Rayo's looking for because there's really no need to be playing around at 135 because when you really look at 135, 135 don't really have too many fighters in that weight class that's not that good. You see what I'm saying? 135 has a lot of good fighters in it. So all these guys that's worrying about getting a name, they going about it the wrong way. You see what I'm saying? And they trying to get to the big stage and those bright lights and it's a little too soon. And Wells Zepeda, that's a good fight too. I think Zepeda got a fight coming up. So it's a lot of smoke at 135 too. All these guys who claiming that, they the up and coming and everything. And I'm talking about all these new guys. I'm not talking about Tank. I'm not talking about Dev. I'm not talking about none of the upper echelon guys. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the Keyshawn Davises and Ronies and all these guys, the Rares. I'm talking about all these other guys outside of Tank Davis and Devin Haney. You see what I'm saying? All these other guys, they saying that they can beat the man. They want a payday. And I'm gonna keep saying it. These guys can be fighting one another. Just look at all these names in the chat. You know what I mean? So they are good names and good oppositions, great fights. So we'll definitely find out who's going to be who in 100 at 135 pounds. It's a very interesting weight class. There's a lot of good opponents down there for everybody. Nobody don't need to be moving too fast. Yeah, I gotta check him out. DS, gotta check him out. I'm gonna pull up his box rack. There's a bald Aussie boxer with tattoos, shaped up. I think I've seen something about this guy, but I'm not sure. So I'm not gonna pretend like I know who he is. But I'm gonna check him out. I'm gonna check him out. But yeah, 135 is loaded. So these guys don't need to be jacking around. They can get in there and create something for themselves. So if these younger guys get in there and start going at each other, their their um their value will go up. That will build a nice money pot for those guys. And then those guys can start making nice money and all amongst each other, making some high money for their careers at this time, amongst each other. Uh, little Billy did too. Yeah, Billy fucking did. Yeah, I guess Billy did would be a nice fucking goddamn test. You know what I mean? Because he's probably considered, a low budget gatekeeper, as I like to say, a low budget gatekeeper. But yeah, there is a lot of smoke, y'all. There's a lot of smoke at 135. So yeah, I'm gonna say let's take a vote out of the names that we do have. Who do you want to see Frank Martin against? next. For me, since it'll be a good ass fight, I think him and Michelle Barrera should get in the ring next. Michelle Barrera, he wants to be calling out the names just like everybody else. See, you can throw these guys together any kind of way, and it'd be a good fight. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of these newcomers, there's some good guys, and there's enough of them out there. So my final decision, I'm gonna say Frank Martin and Michelle Barrera. That's the fight. No. I'm gonna change that. Let's go Frank Martin and Rolly Romero. All right, and I want to see Michelle Barrera and Venezuela go at it. They two matches at 135 outside of Tank Davis right now that I would like to see. I want to see Frank Martin and Rolly Romero, and I want to see Michelle Barrera and El Rayo go against one another. I know that's crazy. The motherfucker El Rayo looking like a little young basketball player out there and shit. Yeah, I would like to see El Rayo and Michelle Barrera. I think that's a good fight. And yeah, Frank Martin and Rolly Romero. That's getting used to fighting different styles and different strengths and things like that. So yeah, that's my final decision on that. But nonetheless, it was a good night of boxing. It was cool, something to keep us a little appetized a little bit. What y'all think about mayonnaise and Ray Vargas last night? I know a lot of people are happy that Mixayo lost, because most of us know that he didn't beat Mr. Gary Russell Jr., but we just can't keep on holding that, you know, to an effect right now because now we know that a lot of people are happy that Mixayo lost last night. Uh, I can't say if I'm mad. Not, well, I'm definitely not mad. That's on him. He's not he's a fighter I respect. I wouldn't say I'm a fan of him. Yeah, DS. But see, that's what I'm saying. You put him in there now, right? You put him in there now with the taller guy. Cause work work on the weaknesses right now. you know, critique them shits right now because you don't want to be moving up. And when you up in there in a money fights and you come against tall guys, you don't know what to do. And he was doing that a little bit last night. You understand what I'm saying? So I know you was watching and seeing the same thing that I was seeing. And like I said, it was times where Marinas was doing better work on the inside. I'm like, why is this guy, getting off better on the inside? I mean, so he needs to work on that because, like I said, inside he sometimes smother his work, and then he's not throwing enough combination. Yeah. Anybody with a nice ass jab would kind of give him a problem a little bit. So I know they still working on his defense and everything like that. I don't expect Frank Martin to come out and be fundamentally sound like Errol Spence. But I think under the tutelage of Derek James, he can be very nice. So yes, you can see the holes in Frank Martin from a mile away, just like you can see him in a lot of other guys. But I think they're going to work on all those things. But the most important thing is how motivated and how focused he is. And I'm pretty sure Errol Spence and his promoter is going to be on his ass. So I'm pretty sure they're going to tighten up on everything and have it as airtight as possible. And Frank Martin can be the best fighter he can be at 135 pounds. But yeah, it's some good work out there. It's definitely some good work out there. But Max Sayo, what's going to happen for this guy? Is it over for him? Does he go on a downhill streak? Is he going to try to yell for a rematch? Because I didn't bother to listen to the post fight presser. Yeah, he needs to work on throwing those uppercuts and body shots more. You see what I'm saying? Cause he throws good body shots. I was liking the straights down to the stern area, but yeah, he needs to be a little more busy on the inside on throwing uppercuts and throwing those damn hooks to the body. Yes, I agree with you, 100%. I agree with you. Hmm. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%, bro. 100%. Make sure y'all hit the like button when y'all came in. But yeah, who's next with Frank Martin? Yeah, Ryan might lose to Fortuna, and that's I'm 50-50 on that fight, so I can't wait until next week when it gets here. I'm 50-50 on that fight. If I was more familiar with where Fortuna is at right now, then I'll be giving a decision. But I just can't rightfully favor Ryan in this fight. He definitely might lose. So I don't know if Ryan is able to use his height and his reach advantage, and he makes it hard for Fortuna to deal with. Then Ryan's going to beat him. You see what I'm saying? And then if Fortuna leaves himself open like that, Ryan got he got enough stiff on his punches that he probably could get him out of there or drop him or something. But that's going to be a sight to see. But listen, man, I did not want to make this long. I'm about to get out the way and prep myself for the guys that's coming on this morning. But I do appreciate you, great brothers, for coming through and busting it up with me. It's your boy, Crest the Legend, aka Yoda Wise and the Boxing Mind. Shout out to the winning team being here, winning baby. So make sure y'all go over to the website and check us out. www.t-w-t.com and check us out. We got the website running. Some of your favorite content creators are on there. Go see the great work that we are doing over there. And I see you great people in a few hours. Remember, whenever you zone in, make sure you zone in right and don't zone in at all. And I see you around the hood. Peace.